You only get RGB lighting as well on a wireless keyboard. I like touching cloth. I look like a PC gamer everywhere I go. How is that not the dream? How about that? Hello everybody and welcome back to the studio. And things have changed. I've spent the last 2 or 3 days doing IKEA. Always fun. For all intents and purposes, I've essentially just finished the studio. I'm not quite sure why it's taken me this long, but I've finally got it looking pretty good, to be honest with you. There's definitely more things to do, but we'll be going through all of the changes that I've made, including this brand new little camera system, which is cool. We've got a little workstation, and there are some brand new peripherals to unbox. All of this after a short word from our sponsor. The gaming laptop you've been waiting for has arrived. The latest Omen 15 not only looks incredible, but comes packing some serious gaming performance. The new, smarter chassis is remarkably thin and light, yet it uses the latest Intel and AMD processors for all-you-can-eat portable power. Play games at sky-high frame rates with the optional 144Hz display, and then bask in the glory of super smooth gameplay thanks to the mighty NVIDIA GeForce RTX graphics cards. Learn a little bit more about this incredible gaming machine today with that link down below. We're going to begin by answering I think probably the most popular question that you guys have on the channel, which is what happens to all of this stuff and all of the builds once I've actually built them? And the answer is that they now live here, somewhere that you should actually be able to see in the videos on top of these bits of shelving that I've put up over the weekend. It took a little bit of time, but it actually looks pretty cool now. You can see we've got a bit of memorabilia at the top. We've got our broken 2080 Ti that I managed to water cool badly, but the cases themselves will just go here until all of the parts are removed and then they go back on the shelves or return to the manufacturer. This new cupboard though is super cool, and I'm sure you'll excuse the pun because inside this is now where we house all of our RGB products and all of our fans. So we have a little bit of method to the madness. We've got like the plain non-lighting ones down the bottom. Then we've pretty much got the Corsair section because they have so many. We've got the Uni fans. Big shout out to the Uni fans. You guys were going mad for these on Twitter. This is actually a video coming very soon. These cost £20 for 3 RGB fans and they are probably going to be terrible, but we will find out. Real talk though, we've actually just hit 300,000 subscribers on the channel, which is just incredible, bearing in mind we hit 200,000, I think it was last summer, so we did 100k in 6 months, which is just crazy. But we've got this little work area, we can do all these builds and we can pretty much show you what all of these parts are, what they do, and how to put PCs together. But I want to, I guess, rest your worries maybe that the content that I've been doing recently has been quite similar. It's just because there's been a lot of new releases really and builds have made the most amount of sense. But going forward, there's going to be a lot more variety. There's going to be a lot more of me sort of spending my own cash and sort of trying to do things that aren't similar to what other YouTubers are doing, I guess. Maybe looking at more obscure things and things that maybe a lot of people are actually looking to buy but people aren't talking about. I don't know, more on that later because it is super exciting. I say it's super exciting, but I just had to cut the sentence off because my arm got tired from holding the camera. That's the truth. One of those topics is definitely going to be a lot more water cooling on the channel. I've never done hardline. That is something I will be doing this year, I promise. But something that I'm doing in the short term is actually improving my personal PC, because what we've got here has stayed the same for a while, to be honest with you. But this 3080 Founders Edition that's meant to be quite difficult to take apart, I'm very excited to say that over here we've finally got the brand new water block for it. This is the new Corsair one. Oh yes. Look very carefully and you'll see that there are these painter's pyramids and some Valentine's Day hearts and stencils. What on earth are they for, you ask? Definitely a very weird thing to put on your expense sheet, but very much valid, because I'm pleased to say I'm actually doing a full custom mod of a case. That's right, we're doing a Valentine's Day PC special, but we're going to be taking panels apart, we're going to be painting, we're going to be doing a full custom loop. If you're not into Valentine's Day, then maybe I'll just call it a pink and white build. The ultimate build. You've never heard that before. We've also got some brand new kit that makes these videos look even better. This is a proper cine lens. This is a 14mm Samyang Zine, so it cost over £1,000. It was excessive, but obviously all to make these videos look their absolute best. We do have to record straight onto these portable SSDs, which I've helpfully labelled as Cam 2, because I actually bought a second one of these. So this black magic right here is the OG. I've finally finished the workshop where we've got all of our water cooling fluid, we've got mounting hardware, there, all of that stuff. I'm quite excited about the Valentine's Day build actually, just to use this, because it's some EK fluid. This is going to be like a pastel pink. Should look really cool with some pink tubing. As we come down, this isn't new. This is where I keep all of my bits and bobs. This bit is though not only the camera that we've just mentioned, but all of our screwdrivers now nice and neatly hang. We've got a hammer, pliers, all of that good stuff. This is actually a bedside table, believe it or not, but I've got an offcut of my new desk that's coming in around about a week or so. And inside you can see we have water cooling stuff. We've got different power cables. What's down the bottom? We've got a soldering iron that I've never used, and then our softline tubing that we'll be using for our full build. Oh, and I forgot to tell you the most important thing, the biggest change that has made the world of difference to this studio. Plants! We've finally got some plants. Look at these. What do you think then? Do you think it makes much of a difference? Is it very much the same as it was before? Would you prefer if the desktop wallpaper didn't keep going to a black screen? ROG sent out the Falchion, which is a 65% keyboard and one that I'm probably pronouncing wrong. We have the Delta S, which is the brand new and replacement for the original Delta. And then something I asked Corsair to send out, this is their brand new MM700 RGB. And this isn't going to do anything you haven't seen before, but if you're a fan of Corsair, you want a cloth mouse mat and you want a big one, this is pretty much your only option, and genuinely I'm excited. No, I'm not afraid to admit that. This is a PC gaming channel. RGB mouse mat is your best friend. It's probably your only friend. Look, I'm taking the mick out of myself as well. This is a PC gaming channel. We're all in this together. I don't want anyone whinging down in the comment section below about how he said I only have one friend. I don't have any friends. Please be my friend. But yes, I think you guys are probably going to be most interested in this, the ROG Falchion. In this day and age, smaller seems to be better, which is why you might want to look at something like this. So I believe this is a 65% keyboard. You don't really have a bank of arrow keys or number pad or anything like that, so you get something that is much, much smaller. And when you think that this is a 10 keyless keyboard, and this in itself is a lot smaller than a full size, you can really see the difference that something like this will make. In fact, here is a full-size ROG keyboard, and you can see that is an absolutely huge difference. And if you do have a smaller size desk, or you just want more room to move about your mouse, then something like this that's upside down is going to be a lot more useful for you. Ah, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I didn't even realize this is a wireless keyboard. That's why you get this little wireless adapter. That was the dead giveaway. But wait, there's more. You only get RGB lighting as well on a wireless keyboard. It is fully mechanical, so it's not like you're going to miss out in terms of gaming performance or anything like that. Keys feel really nice. It just might take a little bit of getting used to. You also get this touch bar. One of the main problems with a keyboard this small is that it just doesn't have any extra room for buttons, dials, macros or anything like that. So if you're going to assign different functions to this while you're playing your game, maybe you're in Apex and you just want to adjust the volume, then you can do so very simply without having to leave the game and I guess lose the game. But let's put that aside for 1 second and open up our new mouse mat, the MM700 RGB. I like touching cloth. I mean, on the face of it, this does look like a pretty normal looking mouse mat, to be honest. It's not like it's any heavier or stiffer. This is pretty similar to the one that I've got on my desk already. Might be slightly bigger actually, to be honest with you. Not much in it. No, that is actually exactly the same as the non-RGB 700 version. We do have a little box at the top. This is where all of our power goes into, so you plug the USB cable in at the top, but then you do get a little pass through here as well for like a wireless mouse or keyboard or something. I confess I feel very silly doing this, but this is a cloth mouse mat that has some lights around the border. You can control them with IQ or press this button at the top, and there you go. RGB. The moment you guys have been waiting for, testing the RGB mouse mat. Is this going to feel any different to all of the other mouse mats ever created? No, but it does feel very good. In all seriousness, having a good mouse mat is actually pretty imperative to a great PC gaming experience. I like cloth just because it's very smooth and easy to sort of move your mouse over, but if you are after maybe a harder surface, then you'll find that you can move with more speed, but I think you get more precision with cloth. But that's enough fun for one day. We have one more product to unbox, the ROG Delta S. The full unboxing experience. Ah, there you go. Welcome to the ROG community, the best community ever, according to ROG. And here we have the Delta S. So this is a wired headset that's all about fidelity. Obviously, wireless headsets are excellent, but not everyone wants one because it does introduce wireless interference. And right off the bat, this feels a lot lighter than the old one, so this actually makes me believe that this is going to be more of a lower tier headset rather than a straight replacement for the original Delta. I like that though. And immediately I can say that they have solved my problem. This is really nice on the ears. There's not too much pinching force. I mean, there's pretty much no force. If anything, there's not quite enough. No, I think that's probably about right. This is good. Because this uses USB-C, I can only hook this up to my phone and look like a PC gamer everywhere I go. How is that not the dream? Here we go. What's in my daily mix? We have Justin Bieber, Ariana, Ed Sheeran, Sia. I'm on the decks. Good song. However, we definitely do have, well, not that much bass to be honest, which is surprising. It is a very clean sound. There's nothing wrong with that, and I think the mids and the highs are coming through quite well. But for a gaming headset to be lacking bass is a bit unusual. Maybe it's a setting that I need to change. I don't think there's anything you can do out of the box, if you like, to actually improve that. It's going to require some software. Here we are, the new setup for now. And I will say that having an all black mouse pad is a little bit boring. I think I preferred the color scheme that I had before, but actually the lighting of this mouse mat is really good because it's bright enough that it makes an impact, but not so bright that it's obviously distracting. The keyboard, on the other hand, is a little bit of a different story. Not because I don't like it, but just because it is so different to what I had before. It's definitely going to take a fair old bit of getting used to be honest. And then of course we do have the headset itself, which you can customize in the software to make sure that you are getting a nice amount of bass through to the headset. So that issue is pretty much gone, but it definitely does need a little bit of breaking in, I think, to get the most out of it. However, something that still hasn't been fixed, and I don't really know who to blame. I think I'm going to say the cheap people. But if you have ROG Live Service, which is included with the software for these things, then games like Apex will come up with a game security violation detected error and will just shut you out of it. So you have to disable the ROG Live Service in the services options, which is completely unacceptable really for however much money you've spent on these things. Ridiculous. Here we go then, let's drop in to Apex Legends. No, I'll tell you what, actually the clarity of this headset really does help for pinpointing footsteps. It sounds like one of those marketing things that just is trying to get you to buy a gaming peripheral, but honestly it does help. Oh my god, he's getting all of the kills though. Oh, and I've just muted it because I've touched the sidebar. I've just muted the whole volume. This is dumb. Oh, but he's still done it and he's on 3 kills. And he's the kill leader. Unfortunately, yes, we did die, so we're dropping again. And realistically, that was caused by that touch bar. That was a little bit problematic. I didn't really think that one through. And maybe Asus didn't either. You probably can disable it in-game, but surely the whole point is that you want to use it in-game, so I don't know, that's a shame, that one. You do also need to be aware that because the keyboard is quite small and very lightweight, it is more susceptible to moving around on top of the mouse mat itself. The easy way to get around this problem is not to use the stand on the back of it and have it completely flat and flush. But if you are someone that does want to have your keyboard at a slight angle, bear in mind that this isn't really ideal. But yes, I think that is enough gaming for one afternoon. I'm pretty impressed with everything really, but you have to be aware of the limitations. But that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know down in that comment section below. Is there anything in this setup that particularly takes your fancy? Do you think the new additions are good? Do you think they're bad? Would you go for something completely different? I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to absolutely smash this like button if you've enjoyed this video. Get yourself subscribed. And of course, all of the products that have been featured here today will list down in the description below with my Amazon affiliate links. And of course, while you're down there, don't forget to check out the brand new Omen 15. Equipped with NVIDIA RTX graphics, you not only get super smooth, sky-high frame rates, but the next generation of gameplay thanks to real-time RTX ray tracing and AI-enhanced DLSS 2.0. Combine that with NVIDIA's Reflex tech and the mighty Omen Tempest cooling system, and you'll be able to play and win for hours on end. Turn up the volume with Bang & Olufsen audio and customize it your way with the Omen Gaming Hub. Check out the Omen 15 today with that link down below. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I really appreciate it. Find more in the end screen. But until then, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.